want to film a video on some breastfeeding essentials if you plan to be breastfeeding. This is what I got to prepare for breastfeeding. Right now I'm 38 weeks pregnant, so sorry if I'm out of breath. Let's see where to start. Well, just for comfort, I'll start with that. So, of course, drink plenty of water while you're breastfeeding. So I have this giant water bottle that I'll be using. It has an ice pack that goes with it. And then, because it's really important to stay hydrated, keep your milk supply up. As well, while you're breastfeeding, it may be like a bit boring, I guess. You have the baby with you in one hand, so it's nice to have stuff to be occupied in the other. I have a book that I love here, gorgeously green, and of course my iPad with books, ebooks, and YouTube or movies or music. So I have my headphones here, just to keep me occupied and continually learn. And yeah, so then I have here, these are all like pamphlets I've accumulated that are like all about breastfeeding. So if I'm ever stuck, I have these. As well, in my area, if you are having issues with breastfeeding, a public health nurse will come to your house. So that's really helpful. I have all the numbers there. And then I'll mention, for you and the baby's comfort, to have a breastfeeding pillow or just a bunch of pillows you can prop up as well. My mom made me this. It's like a DIY boppy. We have some minky fabric and regular fabric. And this is also good, like 2 uses. Like when the baby's young, you can just place the baby inside here to prop them up. And as well, just wrap it around you. The baby will lie here, and this goes around you while you breastfeed. Just coming over here. So while I'll be breastfeeding, this is what I'm bringing to the hospital, as well is a breastfeeding cover. In case there's any visitors or anything like that, it's just nice to be covered up. My mom made me this one as well. It's a breastfeeding cover, and it has this plastic insert, and then you put this around your neck and through these buckles, and just wear it like that, and it covers everything while you can still see the baby. Then for breastfeeding as well, like what I'm bringing to the hospital is, of course, my reusable nursing pads, as I've already started leaking. So it's just nice to have reusable ones that I can throw in the wash along with my cloth diapers. This is just the Nook brand. I also have a pack from Nikki's Diapers as well. I'm roughly going to start off with, I think I have about 20, and go from there. And as well, for bringing to the hospital, I have a nipple shield. I just kind of gauged it by the size of mine, and I got a smaller one. I think it says like size there, so that it's a numbered, like they're all numbered. So I just thought, if there's any difficulties with breastfeeding or the baby's not latching on, this can be helpful. As well, while breastfeeding, it can be very painful, especially your first time breastfeeding. So I got these Lanolin 3-in-1 Therapy breast pads. I've heard great reviews on these. You can put them in the freezer or warm them up, and just shows here, like it helps relieve engorgement when your milk comes in, helps mastitis and clogged ducts, and it also aids in breast pumping. So you can use warm to reduce time spent pumping, so it kind of gets things going. So I'm really excited to use these. Then I have, whoops. So then I just have, of course, like an extra bottle. So I've only bought in one bottle. This is the Medela Calma, I believe. And it has like a natural, I guess, like nipple on it that's resembling like your own nipple, I guess. I don't know. It just says that like the way that they suck, like they would have to work harder to get the milk, which is a good thing because they have to work hard on the boob. So you don't want to introduce a bottle that just pours it into their mouth. Otherwise, they won't go back to the boob. So it's good to have a good bottle and do your research on them if you choose to introduce the bottle. I'm going to wait till about a month until I introduce any soothers or bottles, as I don't want to have any nipple confusion. Breastfeeding's hard enough. I don't want to lose it. Then I have breast milk storage bags. So these were left over from a friend that I'll be using. Then I have this shoebox container. And I have more breast milk storage bags. I got 50 of these for like $10, which was a really good deal. I've heard the Lancino ones are really good. The Medela ones are a bit smaller, so these ones hold more. And these are them right here in this bag. So they're just in a sanitary bag right now. But what I plan to do, once the milk's in them, I think they're about the size of a shoebox. So they're like that, all puffed out. And I plan to just fill this with, of course, I have these by my bed to label the breast milk bags. Just some Sharpie pens. I also have a Sharpie marker. So label the breast milk bags, and then once they're filled, to put them in here. First in, first out rule. The oldest, I guess, is at the front. Yeah, oldest at the front. So you're always grabbing the oldest milk. And then the newest will go at the back. So you're constantly, I guess, refreshing it. So this will go into the freezer. And I think it just says on the package itself about storage. I don't know. Oh, maybe here. So, storage guidelines. Okay. So, if it's at room temperature, you have about 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours. So if you pump it and it's sitting, you got 4 to 6 hours. If you put it in the fridge, you have 3 days, 3 to 8 days. And then if you put it in the freezer, it's 6 months up to a year. So this depends on how, I guess, unsettled your freezer is. If you keep opening it up, then of course less time. But if you have a deep freeze that you just never open, it would be good to store a box in there as well. And that can be kept up to a year. So I do plan to pump just to have extra on hand, and so my partner can help me feed the baby at nighttime, or if I go out, then I'll have a few bottles. Probably get a few more later on to see which ones he likes and go from there. So yeah, this will go in the freezer, and I'll just label it, fill it up, and I plan to get a whole bunch of these depending on my milk supply. And then to help with your nipples as they might get cracked or sore, I have some pure lanolin, which I got this for like $5, this whole tub. Then I have pure unrefined coconut oil, organic, that is good for your nipples as well. And I also heard that just using plain old breast milk and just kind of rubbing it in can help with cracked nipples or sore nipples as well. So I plan to try that. I just needed to grab... Oops. So I wanted to mention I got this tea. It's by Earth Mama Angel Baby. It's the Milkmaid tea, the organics. These are the ingredients. So it has fenugreek in it. That's been known to help bring in your milk supply, so it's good to even take just the vitamin fenugreek. So I plan to do that if I'm having issues, or if my milk supply ever dwindles down, just depending on things like that. That's why I do want to have a good supply of breast milk, just in case I get sick or anything happens, that I do have a supply on hand for the baby. Then here is my case. This is my first pump, I think is called. Pull out the pump here. So it's Me Pump first by a First Years, or the First Years, sorry. So it's just a single pump. I didn't get the double. I thought a single would be sufficient, you know, one boob at a time. The baby's on one boob, you could put this on the other. And I have it all disassembled, but here are the parts. And then there's a big tubey thing that connects to the machine, and then to these parts. And then you screw the bottom of the bottle on. And then, of course, the little wall attachment, an extra storage milk bag, and then a manual on it. So that's what it looks like. So I didn't want to go crazy with a pump, especially because you just never know. So I have this single one here. They also say, if your milk supply is good, you can just kind of squeeze it out. So I'm not too worried, but I do have the pump to help build up my stock supply of breast milk. So I'm just going to go over everything briefly again. So have your information packets, like your breastfeeding guides that you get from the hospital, or little pamphlets you've held on or accumulated that you've gotten in the mail, or anything on Pinterest. Just read up on breastfeeding. That's my number one. Then of course you might be leaking, so get some reusable nursing pads. And if your boobs hurt, this is even good during pregnancy, to get these breast therapy pads, the gel packs that can go in the freezer or be warmed up. And while breastfeeding or pumping, it's good to have some books on hand, like an iPad, or again, just books in general. I have ebooks on here, music and videos. Big bottle of water for drinking. Lots of pillows or a breastfeeding pillow. Nipple shield in case there's any issues. Milkmaid tea or fenugreek, like the vitamin, if, again, any issues, or just to help your milk supply. A bottle that best resembles breastfeeding, and it's, yeah, this is the Medela Comet. Then anything for cracked nipples, coconut oil, lanolin, or just plain old breast milk. The breast pump and any extra bottles. Breast milk storage bags, a container to put in the freezer, along with some Sharpies to write on the breast milk bags, and a nursing cover if you plan to go out in public and you want to be covered. So those are my ideas for breastfeeding. Please let me know if this video was helpful or what you have used during breastfeeding in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.